Have you ever signed your name with an X, or signed your name on a document by an X? If you're an adult, I'm pretty sure you have at some point in time. Now, there's a lot of things why, how that came about, signing with an X, but have you ever seen someone do it and not think twice about it? I've done it. Pretty sure a lot of you have. Well, let me tell you something. This simple act carries a lot more weight than you might think. In fact, in spiritual, esoteric, and occult traditions, signing with an X or by an X can mean sealing your fate or binding your energy into something beyond this physical world, and even placing yourself at a spiritual crossroad. But don't worry. I'm going to break it all down for you. So before you go signing anything with an X or inside an X or beside an X, you might want to watch this video first. In many cultures, the crossroads is where you meet deities, all types of different spirits, and even fate itself. Fate itself is a spirit. Now, in some instances, if you sign your name with an X or by an X, you could be placing yourself at a metaphysical crossroad where a decision is making it binding, and you may not be expecting it. This could be a good if you are consciously, knowingly, and intentionally aligning with divine forces. But if done unknowingly, you might be energetically locking yourself into a fate that wasn't meant for you. Okay? An X is a seal of protection and binding. The X is also used to seal things, contracts, spells, and even protections. In esoteric traditions, this represents both a barrier and a binding mark. So if you sign your name inside the X or beside the X or with an X with intention, again, you could spiritually be locking your energy in, ensuring that the contract works in your favor. However, if you're not careful, you could be binding yourself to something you don't fully understand. Throughout history, people have unknowingly signed contracts and spiritual contracts, agreements that weren't just legal, but energetically binding. And if you don't believe me, think about how many folk tales involve a signature leading to an irreversible deal. There's truth in every story. Now, I'm not saying signing your name with an X or by an X that you are signing a deal with the devil. It's not what I'm saying at all, by all means. But what I am saying is you might be tying yourself to an obligation that will be hard to break, physically, legally, spiritually. This is just a word of caution. This is just a video of caution, okay? But let's move on to the numerology and the occult power of the letter X. Let's talk about numerology, what X means in numerology. So X in numerology breaks down to 6, 2 plus 4, which is connected to harmony, responsibility, and contracts. That's right, contracts. So in some occult traditions, the X symbolizes a hidden or magical mark that ties energy to a place, object, or agreement. X marks the spot. So if you've ever seen an old covenant, pact, secret society, the old docuseries, documentaries, things like that, you'll notice that many of them still sign with an X within the X beside the X. It marks to seal the energy into place. It marks to seal the energy and make the agreement official. It's an ancient practice that still carries a lot of weight till this day. So one of the big questions you and I both would like to know is, should we be signing within an X, by an X, or with an X? Should we be signing within an X? Drop it in the comments. What do you think? Should we be signing with an X? The letter X. So what does all of this actually mean for us? For you, for me, what does this all mean? Should we just try to avoid signing within an X at all costs? I'd say not really, not necessarily, but we should be intentional about it. We should have our mind and thoughts clear when we're signing documents, both physically and spiritually. So I would say sign with an X if you are consecrating a document with protection. So you want to use all your spiritual or legal safeguards. If you feel energetically aligned to what you are signing, do it. You want to spiritually seal an agreement with great intent that works in your favor. Sign it with an X. Now, I would say if you feel pressured or uncertain about a contract, do not sign with an X. If the contract feels spiritually heavy or manipulative, do not sign within an X. If you haven't taken the time to set clear, energetic boundaries and protections and seals and your own agreements, alignments, and worked all of that out, do not sign within an X or use an X in your work, okay? So the next thing we have to ask is, how do we spiritually protect ourselves when we're signing any type of contract? So if you must sign an X or within an X doing anything, spiritual work or physical work, any type of documents, if you must sign within an X, here's a few ways you can protect yourself. You can anoint your hands with protective oil. You can use frankincense, myrrh, Florida water, something you made yourself, some type of protective oil, okay? Put your protections on your hands before you sign within an X. You can mentally state an affirmation before you sign. You can say, I signed this agreement only under divine alignment, free from any harm or deceit. Free from any harm or deceit. I signed this agreement only under divine alignment. You can add in divine protection, free from any harm or deceit. You can actually draw a protective sigil beside your signature. Listen, you can sign your name any way you want to. You can sign it however you want to on those documents. So you can actually anchor your energy positively. You can actually anchor your energy positively by making your own sigil and put it in beside your name when you sign. Or before you even get to signing the papers, or if you're in the privacy of your own place, or you're in a sacred space before you sign any documents, you can light a candle, say a prayer, and before you sign, just ensure that you have clarity and alignment, okay? If you do these things, you are ensuring that no unseen forces will have any legal, spiritual, or energetic hold over you, and that you are doing what is beyond just and fair. Now, I hope this has opened your eyes a little bit to a deeper meaning behind signing within an X. Now, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you. So have you ever signed a document or signed within an X or with an X or beside an X? Have you ever felt the energy was uneasy when you had to sign a document? Were you ever unsure? Are you worried about, spiritual contracts you might have signed unknowingly or under duress? Have you ever thought about that? Have you just felt strange when it came to agreements and I don't know if that was right for me? I want you to drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts, okay? And if you want to dive deeper into spiritual protection, herbal remedies, ancestral wisdom, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and I'll have some videos for you, and I will be dropping gems like this every week. So until next time, stay empowered, stay aligned, and stay aware. I love you guys. Bye.